there. We had it twice.
Yeah.
The music. So you had a good weekend there.
Oh, it was great, man. You know, hanging out with the kids and Chica and all that stuff. Hanging out with Chica's kid. It's good times, man. We'll get into that. And, I like being back in the studio because we get to have this 2-minute interaction before the show starts.
Everybody missed the 2-minute interaction.
Yeah, we got to figure out the technology behind all that for when I'm not in studio. Hey, can you turn on the chat for me, please?
Yeah.
Who's the first in the chat? Sam and
Sam
Mario.
Salinas.
What's going on, brothers?
I'm trying to get through this taco, dude. It's so greasy. The bag tore. The bag tore when I was coming up here on the driveway. You're already here in the studio. Now I'm coming up here to join you. Freaking bag. As soon as I get off the car, I hold the bag and like.
But we gotta talk about. I want to talk about that a little bit before we get the show started.
Sign up a good taco, the greasy
Yeah.
bag. Sausage and egg, boys. This is a delectable treat here. You gotta have some money to buy egg nowadays. Tacos are expensive, dude. They're almost like
I know.
$2.69 or something.
Where'd you get those from? LP?
Little taqueria around the corner.
Is it Rodeo?
The one by the Automax right around the corner from here.
Yeah.
On Marbach Road.
That sucker's huge, man.
That's in the same what do you call it? Parking lot where they have El Bucanero.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little hole in the wall place, man. But man, they got some damn good tacos.
15 seconds till magic happens.
And you know what? Today is St. Patty's Day.
That's right, man. Let's be wearing green.
No green?
Nah. I want to be pinched.
Only by Chica, I hope.
Welcome to another episode of the Area 210 podcast with Mike Jimenez and Joe Garcia. Make sure to subscribe and hit that like button. Join the discussion as we broadcast to you live from beautiful West San Antonio. And remember to tip your host as it helps the show grow.
What's up, San Antonio? What's going on, South Texas? This is the Area 210 podcast. My name's Mike Jimenez. That's Joe Garcia. It's a beautiful day in the Alamo City. It is St. Patrick's Day. I really don't care, dude. I have no idea what St. Patrick's Day is about, but it's the 17th of March. We're about, 4 or 5 days away, Joe, from the official start of spring, so I'm pretty excited about that. But, Joe, you walked in about 5 minutes ago. By the way, we're going to have a huge show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my God. So much to talk about. Spurs taking on the Lakers tonight, right? We got that tonight. We've got big signings in the NFL, the highest paid non-quarterback ever. We'll reveal that. The Houston Texans re-signed one of their own to a record deal. We've got a lot going on in all sorts of things. March Madness finally officially here.
Yeah.
A team that lost 3 out of the last 4 games is the number 1 overall seed. Really? Really?
It's March Madness, bro.
What are you talking? You have one conference with like 14 teams? Really? Really? So lots to get into today. But before we get started, Joe, you walked in the studio. I got here before you did.
Yeah.
So I was just kind of meandering around, waiting for you to get. Usually you're here before I am.
Yeah.
And I'm racing to get here. And you came in with tacos, but you were holding it like a football, dude. You were like going across the
This
line.
said taco right here, man. This thing greasy as hell, bro.
Because they broke the bag.
Broke the bag, bro. Sausage and egg, man. From the little.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign?
They say it's a good sign, when the thing is greasy enough to break the bag. You know, like, damn.
So it looks and smells delicious, by the way.
It's good.
It looks fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But over the weekend, I was in Galveston. I'm going to tell you what I hate, Joe.
What is that?
I hate eating in a car.
Oh, dude, you can't enjoy it. You're just eating on the go.
Okay. My family, we went fishing. We'll show photos in a minute. But we went to Galveston, and we had to show up at the pier at 6:45 or show up at the dock, whatever they call it. And I wanted some food. I wanted some Whataburger, right?
Oh, before you go deep sea fishing?
Before going deep sea fishing.
No,
right?
bro, that's a bad combo.
Well, I mean, I had to do it. I had to get something in my belly, right? So I go to go eat, and I said, let's go inside and eat, right? Because they're just opening up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
Let's just go inside to eat.
The Whataburger.
Whataburger,
Yeah.
right? It's 24 hours, but let's go inside. The inside's opening up at 6.
Yeah.
Chica, her son, and my 2 daughters were like, no, we want to eat inside the truck like it's Sonic, right? Just go through the drive-through, eat in the truck or eat on the way. And I was like, no, man, because I know what I'm going to get for breakfast. I'm going to get one of the taquitos and I'm going to get one of the honey chicken biscuits. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Both of those greasy as F, right? I was so frustrated because I know what was going to happen, dude. I'm going to spill the food all over me. Took one bite out of the taquito, the whole thing just obliterated on top of me, just destroyed my shirt, right? Just grease all over the place. And yeah, dude, I hate with a passion. I looked at everybody and I said, I knew this was going to happen. Okay.
You all did this.
You all did this to me. I knew this was going to happen.
Oh, man.
I hate eating in the car. I hate when people eat in my car. You ever go out someplace, go to like McDonald's or whatever, people start eating the fries. By the time they get home, like half their food's gone.
Yeah.
Pisses me off. Pisses me off. But I introduced my daughter last night, Ava, to Burger Boy.
Yeah.
She was all right with it. She was all right with it.
What you say? It's all right.
It's all right. It's all right. To be honest with you, it's kind of subpar yesterday. Gonna be honest with you, man. Burger Boy didn't deliver yesterday. I don't know what it is. You know what it is? They serve American cheese. And it's not good. That dude, James Pledger used to make fun of me all the time. I go around with a baggie of cheese. If I go to Whataburger, if I go to Burger Boy, I bring my own cheese.
Monterey Jack or what?
Nah, provolone, Colby Jack, cheddar. Dude, there's nothing trashier about the United States than our love for Kraft singles. There's nothing trashier than that. That is like people from other countries look at us like we're ghetto because we eat American cheese. They don't eat that anywhere else. They're more civilized. Dude, cheddar's the way to go. Provolone. Get some good cheese, man. Kraft singles. Come on, Joe.
Kraft singles don't melt.
Kraft singles ain't even food, dude. It's gross. But check us out, man. If you can show my screen real fast. Me and Chica took my 2 daughters, man. This is Ava. That's Gabby. And that's Julian, who's Chica's son. And we went out off the coast of Galveston. This is Blake, our tour guide. Fantastic job. Look at this, dude.
The black drum.
Black drum. Now, here's the thing. We went out there with 4 other boats, right? The 4 other boats combined caught 4 fish, and 3 of them were small. We caught 6, all of them 30 pounds or heavier, man, including one that was more than 40 pounds. It was fantastic. This is my daughter, Gabby. Gabby was all excited, reeling that one in. It was pretty badass. Ava, who had never been fishing before, said that this was the best day ever.
She had fun.
Yeah, that sucker was huge, dude. It was heavy.
Yeah, man.
Holding it up like that.
Size
Chica.
of a trash can, dude.
That's Julian helping Ava reel in hers. Julian is in grad school over at Rice University. Measured them out. The longest one was 41 inches. I caught one that was 38. Mine was a fat F, dude. My guy was huge. There's Chica reeling one in.
Man, those are big. That's a big drum, dude, that you all caught out there.
And we had a great old time over there. This is a video of Bubba bringing his in. We're about 3.5 miles off the coast. And here's that sucker coming on in. Love it, dude. This was great, man. This was great. Ah, yes. Apparently too big to eat, by the way, Joe.
Yeah, no, they got a lot of parasites in them.
That's
man.
exactly it.
Too many parasites. You just catch and release, bro.
There's Chica styling and profiling.
At least it's a decent picture, Mike.
Oh, here's Gabby girl. Gabby's
like, she's fighting for her life, dude. She's like, I can't.
Bubba's trying to help her out, but she wants to do it on her own. And she's like, this thing won't come in. Fast forward to the end. So they're helping her out. She's fighting it.
She's a little bitty thing, dude. That's a lot of
Gabby, all 4'11" of her. She sees it at this point, right?
There it is.
It's like, hold it up. What do I do now? What do I do now? And then they brought him in. This sucker was huge too.
God.
So yeah, they do have a lot of parasites on them and whatnot, but that was badass, dude. That was badass. And there's Julian with the 2 thumbs up for the day. So it was fun. It was fun times, and I highly recommend it. But it was great, man. We're putting the families together, man. Julian and Kayla, who are the kids for Francesca, my girlfriend, my kids, Ava and Gabby. Putting them all together, man. It's wonderful.
I was going to show here too, man. I just saw this. I'm scrolling through the X, and I just saw that. I don't know if it's true or not. It looks like it is, but there's going to be a new Fruity Pebbles flavor coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Strawberry and cream Pebbles. After Pebbles, you remember Pebbles from the Flintstones and all that?
Yeah.
It's a new flavor. I'm like, okay, launching for a limited time in April. Hopefully it's not an April Fool's joke.
I would much rather have the Angel Reese cereal than
Angel Reese. Come on.
The Angel Reese Puffs. Very nice, man.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it really is something, a new flavor. Yeah. I know my daughter likes Pebbles from the Flintstones.
Why is Sam Salinas on our YouTube stream, which by the way is powered by the chat line, powered by MCS General Contracting, saying the biggest travesty is you could have caught the big ass black drum fishing the flats rather than going deep sea? But it's about going to the deep sea, Joe. It's about going out there and being away from everybody and just enjoying the water, enjoying a packed lunch and all that stuff. It's not about eating that fish. It's not about anything else other than just having a good old time. So yeah, they're asking the question, does my stepson, is Julian my stepson? I guess not.
You're not married
not
yet.
Married yet, but Julian is a very, very fine young man. He's fantastic. That guy, I'm going to tell you about this guy. Yeah. Okay. Julian is in grad school at Rice, right? Brilliant mind, right? The dude rolls up to Rice University. Think about all the people at Rice, right? It's a nerdy school. He rolls up in a motorcycle every day. Just a badass bike, Harley every day, driving to Houston to school. Does a fantastic job. He's brilliant, man. He's a brilliant mind. The guy is excellent at carpentry. He's an auto mechanic. I mean, the guy does everything. Plays sports. He's a fantastic skateboarder. What a great kid, man. Great young man. Nice. But no, it's so cool getting to know everybody and spending some quality time. Ava, my youngest daughter, says that she wants to go to fish again. So Chica and I said, just tell us where you want to go and we'll take you.
You know where?
What's that?
You got your next destination.
Where's that?
You want to keep it poodle?
Oh, no, I don't.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
I don't want to keep it poodle.
Go to Calaveras or
Brawny. No.
Go catch some reds, bro.
No, man, because my friend's husband almost got shot there at Calaveras.
Come on.
He almost got shot because they remember that it made the news on KSAT. They had the shooting range that was there, and they didn't have it secure enough, and bullets were whizzing into the river, into the lake. Nah, dude. She wants to go. We're gonna take her to Florida. We're gonna take her to
off the Keys.
I think we're gonna go take her to Destin or to someplace on the north shore of Florida. I've never been there.
Go to the Keys, bro.
Yeah. Ben G says go to Mexico and do some fishing. That's actually something that we'd also consider as well because, we all have passports.
Marlin fishing, the hell with that, dude. Have you seen videos of the Marlins jumping in the boat, trying to spear the guy that's trying to catch him?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with that fish?
Exactly.
Take a picture of this, throw that sucker back, dude.
No, dude, it was so much fun, man. I had a blast out there, and I didn't do any drinking while I was there. Chica had a couple of Dos Equis, but I was just kind of hanging out with the kids, and it's fantastic, man. Yeah, Chica's other daughter, her daughter goes to school in Miami, so we're gonna have to go visit her at some point this year. But I think about Chica. She has 2 kids that are both graduating with their masters in December. I mean, talk about a proud moment there. I mean, it's one thing for your kids to graduate high school and then college, but to both get master's degrees and both graduate the same week is going to be amazing, dude. So good times, man. Good times.
Get that. Drew Show says Angel Reese cereal has edible bricks under a basket.
Well, dude, she's a rebounder, man. If you're talking about her throwing up bricks, how about we just talk about the fact that Caitlin Clark obliterated the record for most turnovers in a season? Why doesn't anybody ever talk about that? She didn't just break the record. She almost doubled the record.
Yeah.
She's a turnover waiting to happen. And as my girlfriend Chica has brought up the fact, Caitlin Clark hasn't won crap. She didn't win anything as a high schooler. She didn't win anything as a college player. She didn't win anything as a WNBA player. Wake me up when she wins something. Joe, what are we doing back here?
Fixing the damn
Okay. Oh my goodness, Joe. You made it worse. Nah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But we have lots going on today, Joe. So this lots of topics. Do you want to talk about the NFL? Do you want to talk about March Madness? Because here's the thing about March Madness. I think we can hit up March Madness on Wednesday and Thursday. I've got a couple of people that we could possibly bring into the studio in the next couple of days to talk about the upcoming March Madness, which is going to be fantastic. Auburn, the number 1 seed. You also have Duke as a number 1 seed. You have what's it called, Houston as a number 1 seed as well. Fantastic. Women's, I'll get excited about the women's in about the Elite 8, dude. We'll talk about the women's in Elite 8. Who cares about the first 2 rounds? Here's the thing about the women's tournament. There are never any upsets.
Yeah.
The elite play the elite down the stretch.
It's been that way with the women's for a while. You know, the women's division.
It's exciting. It's fun, but call me when Paige Beckers makes the Elite 8, because that's all I want to talk about. And is Flo J. Johnson going to be healthy for LSU? That's what I want to hear, right? That's what I want to see. But on the men's side, again, Auburn and Duke, are we going to have a healthy Duke stud out there? Because, I mean, Duke plus 320. Here's the thing. The favorite to win the tournament right now, according to Vegas, is Duke at plus 320. They're not the number 1 overall seed. Florida's plus 450 has the second best odds. They're not at the number 1 seed. But Auburn, who had a fantastic year, but just kind of struggled down the stretch, limped in at number 1 overall. They're a fantastic team. SEC, 14 of the 68 teams are in the SEC, which is stupid.
Everybody wants to talk about the University of North Carolina getting into the tourney. Said they don't deserve to be there.
Well, yeah. Texas also 19 and 15. Indiana, West Virginia, and Boise State did not.
What's that saying, though?
The Blue Bloods, baby.
But what? That's good for ratings, right?
That's exactly what it is.
Right?
I mean, come on. Who gives a shit about West Virginia and Boise State? People care about North Carolina, UNC, and the lore behind that. I mean, that's where Michael Jordan went to school. That's where, you know, James Worthy and all those back in the day. You get the baby blue. You know, North Carolina, Chapel Hill, right?
Yeah.
That's what you look at.
You don't necessarily know the other guys.
Texas at 19 and 15 is a joke. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm like the biggest college basketball fan.
Yeah.
And there are some years where I watch it more years than others, right? But the 3 or 4 times that I watched Texas play this year, did I think, man, those are really good players. I know they have one that's going to be drafted in the top 8. But I look at Texas thinking to myself, this is all right. 14 teams in the SEC is stupid, Joe.
Yeah.
Any conference. The record was 11, the Big East back in 2011. I remember that because I worked for a company that was sponsoring the Big East tournament, and we were all excited about that. So I remember when that all happened.
But you know what? Even though Texas, the men's, basketball team is no good, they're kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
The Lady Longhorns are better.
Number 1 overall seed on the women's side.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. UCLA. UCLA and Texas are the 2 biggest ones. A lot of big names out there when it comes to it. Is South Carolina going to be able to make a big run at it again? It's exciting times, man. The brackets are out there. Are we going to have a bracket challenge for our listeners, Joe? We have prizes to give away.
We do.
Are we going to have a bracket challenge of some sort? The number 1 overall team, Auburn, is going to be playing one of the play-in tournament guys. I don't know what they call the play-in tournament. What they call the first 4. I'm looking for Gonzaga against Georgia. There's a guy on Georgia named Asa Newell, who most mock drafts have the Spurs projected of getting in the first round. I don't know if it's Asa or Asa, but he's there. There's also that dynamic between the 5 and 12 seed. It always seems like a 5 seed beats a 12 seed at some point, right? A&M is in that as a 4 seed, taking on Yale. Creighton against Louisville, 2 perennial powerhouses in basketball. That's an 8-9 matchup. Michigan State going to take on Bryant. UConn, an 8-9 matchup against Oklahoma. Drake against Missouri. That's an 11-6 matchup. Missouri is at one of those schools where if they catch fire, you can see them making a run at the Elite 8 or the Final 4. But they always have something. They always have like a red flag with them when it comes to it all. St. John taking on Omaha. You have the 11-11 matchup, Texas and Xavier, to make their way into the tournament. That's going to be a big matchup that we're all going to be following over here as well. I'm looking at other Alabama. It's a good team, dude. taking on Robert Morris. St. Mary's against Vanderbilt. St. Mary's is always a 7 seed. Like, if you were to say Michael and Duke going to play the winner of Mississippi State and Baylor, more than likely in the second round. If you had said, Michael, it is October, put together a fake March Madness thing, fake March Madness bracket. It came out the same way. Everyone talks about the parity in college basketball, and it's true. But at the end of the day, the same schools make it. At the end of the day, they get slotted around the same place where they always get. If I said, hey, what do you think Duke's going to be? I'd be like, they're probably a 1 seed.
Yeah.
If you had said, where do you think Auburn's going to be? I'm like, I don't know. What, a 1 seed? If you had said, hey, what do you think Bama's going to be? Well, Bama's been making some runs the past few years, so they're probably a 2 or 3 seed.
Yeah.
Hey, Michigan State's going to make it. What do you think they're going to be? The 2 or 3 seed? Nothing here is special. Like, it's like everything just unfolded the way that it was supposed to. That's the thing. Everyone talks about the Lady Roadrunners lost out on, they blew it. Fantastic regular season, but then blow it down the stretch. Is what it is, dude. I mean, you're not going to have a team make it as an at-large bid if they lose to a high seed, dude. That's just basically it. But should we give them some love? Are we going to pour one out?
Why not?
For the UTSA Roadrunners, who were 17-1 in conference, 26-4 on the season. And what do they do? What do they do, Joe? What do they do? They lose to Rice 62-58. They're now what? Gone.
I know you like that saying.
I do.
Coin.
Dude, our two best sayings are gone and good.
That one was a good one too. That was a smooth delivery you had. You should show that to Chica. Oh, breaking news. Brett Favre's been diagnosed with Parkinson's. Good.
Should UTSA have made the tournament or what?
Why?
Well, I mean, they're 17-1 in a conference.
A small market school, man. That's the problem. You know,
But
they should have made it.
Yeah,
Yes,
they're
of
the
course.
American Athletic Conference, which is
Should they
one
have
tier
made it?
below, one spot below a Power 5.
Yeah, should they have made it? Sure. But the powers that be are going to be like,
Yeah.
it's a small market school. At the end of the day, what do these tourneys want to do, man? They want to make money.
Yeah. Alex Noriega says Lady Roadrunners can't complain when they lost to a sorry number 8 seeded Rice team. I mean, they lost by 4. It's just one of those things where you're riding high. You're riding high, 17-1 in conference, Joe. And then they just blow it. What was the point of the season? Really, what was the point of the season? Joe, let's talk about the NFL, dude. I'm not going to pretend like I know much about college basketball. I enjoy it. I like it. And what I'm going to do this week, we're going to follow all the players that the Spurs are rumored to be around.
Gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
So if I was to go to NBA Tankathon right now and do a mock draft of the NBA, right now the Spurs are projected to pick number 9 and number 16. That's as of right now.
Okay.
The mock draft says that the Spurs would pick Asa Newell, 6'10", power forward from Georgia, averaging 19 points, 8.5 rebounds, a block and a half, and a steal and a half per game. I would not mind that. They also have the Spurs taking some guy named Noah Esengwe, an international player who's 18 years old, who's averaging 19 points per game in the league that he's in. I want to follow these guys, Joe. So we have Trey Johnson from Texas on the 11-11 game. Let's watch Trey Johnson play. Let's watch the dudes from Duke, Flag and Khan. Take a look at them, right? Kamen, Asa Newell, Jeremiah Fears. Let's talk. Let's see what these guys are doing in the tournament, right? Because last year, what did we do? We saw this guy blossom in the tournament named Stephon Castle.
Yeah.
And Stephon Castle, by the way, may very well win Rookie of the Year tonight.
Oh, now you're backtracking.
Well, what has changed? What has changed? The fact that they shut down De'Aaron Fox last week. That's what's changed. He's going to get the stats needed. He already has 65 games played, so he's already hit the 65-game marker, so he qualifies to make it. But, man, this Spurs team is awful. something awful, dude.
I just finished recording Los with Jeff before we did the show, right?
Yeah.
And we're talking about one of the subjects is going to be Spurs record, right? So
Mhm.
full disclosure here, we'll go ahead and have that probably released tomorrow. But we're also talking about, what do you think the season's been as far as the expectation from Spurs fan? What did they think was going to happen this year? They had high hopes, right, for Wemby, right? In this team, man, they're going to make the tourney. Maybe they make the play-in tourney, right? Then they went ahead and did something that's unprecedented, right? By the Spurs organization. They actually did a trade
Right.
for somebody that good, a high-level player in Fox. You're like, wow, this doesn't happen. Wemby, Fox. Now you have Castle. You have Devin Vassell. And the injury bug rears its ugly head as it does on every team every year. It's part of the game. But losing Fox, losing Wemby, and then you just have the guys out there. You think this is a disappointing season by the standards that we gauge, as Spurs fans, the team, and how well that they perform throughout the season, even though there was injury and all that. And you can see from the eye test, this team did play better. Overall, what do you think? Has this been another disappointing season?
It's disappointing in the sense that this is the sixth straight losing season in a row.
Yeah.
And it's hard to do that because this was a franchise that was used to winning 50 games a year. Just book it.
Being in the conversation a lot.
I was going through my shirts right now.
Yeah.
And I found a t-shirt that I had that was an old one. It was a Jay Moore, the comedian.
Yeah.
It said death, taxes, Spurs win. That was a phrase that he would use back in the day. And I bought one of those t-shirts and I found it. I was like, well, man, that's been a long, long time. It depends on whether or not how you want to look at it.
Yeah.
In one
Is
respect,
it a glass half full?
Well, I mean, you can look at it and say, well, the Spurs are going to finish the season with about 32 to 33 wins, which is 11 more than they'd had the year before. And they did that despite the fact that Wemby is going to miss a third of the season.
Yeah.
You also have the fact that Pop goes down with a stroke as the season starts. And we have a young man in Mitch Johnson who has never been a head coach before, anywhere near this level, taking over. You can say the positivity is that we got De'Aaron Fox and we actually have we have a point guard of the future.
And Castle.
We have Stephon Castle, who we know is going to be a very, very good player in the NBA.
CP3, what's his name going to be next season?
Gone.
He's going to retire.
Right. So there are a lot of positives to take away from this. If you want to go to negative town and say, well, we need a head coach, we need this, we need that, we need this. It's hard to say what the Spurs necessarily need because we don't know what's gonna happen with the draft. Maybe Brian Wright gets lucky again and we get a top 4 pick. Maybe we get a Dylan Harper. Maybe we get an Ace Bailey or VJ Edgecombe, or maybe we get that 4% chance of happening and getting Cooper Flagg.
No.
I think that it's an incomplete grade, Joe. I don't think the people who say that the Spurs are better and we should be optimistic are wrong. But I also don't think that the people who are critical of the Spurs are wrong either, because player development has sucked ass the past few years. Some of the choices being made in the draft have sucked. The Spurs have got 2 really good ones, but they got the best players available.
Yeah,
right.
They always go for that. Yeah.
But the question is, what is this guy going to do? This guy being Brian Wright, what is he going to do at 9? If the Spurs are picking 8 or 9 or 10, is he going to pick the right player? Because you know what? He took Josh Primo when he should have taken Alperen Şengün. He took Jeremy Sohan when he should have taken Jalen Williams.
Don't forget Lonnie Walker.
He took Lonnie Walker over, and then Tyrese Maxey was sitting there in the 20s. So he's not picking the perfect player at that position. The no-brainers he's getting right. Number 1 overall pick in 2023. Well, you get Wemby. Guess what? Every other GM would have done the same thing. At number 4, after you saw Reece Archie, Sarr, and Reed Shepard go off the board, guess who the best player available was, Joe?
Castle.
Castle. Everyone knew it.
Yeah.
So for him to go pick Castle was a freaking no-brainer. So I don't give him high marks on that. He lucked out into Wemby. He got the best player available for. Now show us what you could do at 9.
Yeah, he wet the bed with the other picks, man. That was just stupid, because most of those picks are gone. They're not even here anymore. You have Lonnie Walker making a resurgence now over there with, was it the other team he's playing with is 76ers, or who is it now?
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, it is what it is on that end. But he's never been that player that they had him, I guess, expected him to live up to. Case in point, the same thing can be said about one Devin Vassell. Devin Vassell, if you're a Spurs fan and you look at this kid, right, you look at him, he's a disappointment. And the one thing is, he's always been consistently inconsistent since he started. Now he has an injury. Oh, yeah, I had an injury. I wasn't in rhythm or whatever. It doesn't matter, because you know what? Even if you were healthy, you would still be inconsistent this season. He's showing you exactly who he is. He's just a disappointment in my eyes, because he's never been able to put it together. Maybe the Spurs just aren't a good fit for him. Maybe somewhere else he'll thrive. But right now in this Spurs system, he's not good.
Okay, so you mentioned a good fit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Who do we call booty crumbs, Joe? Remember Zach Collins?
What does that call him? Booty crumbs.
Okay, let me show you what he's done with the Chicago Bulls. February 24th, 19 points against the Sixers. Against the Clippers on the 26th, he had 21 points. Against the Raptors on the 28th, he had 15 points. And then he had 16, then he had 20. Against the Heat, he had 18. He had 18 points, 15 rebounds, Joe. He had 20 and 12. He had 15 and 13. Against the Clippers, he had 21 points, 17 rebounds, and 7 assists. This is Zach Collins, Joe. And it's not just him. Remember a guy that we had on the team that's gone? Named Trey Jones?
Trey Jones, Derek White.
Trey Jones, last 4 games, 19 points, 18 points, 8 points, 15, and 20, along with averaging about 7 assists per game. Last 5 games. Maybe it's not the players, Joe. Maybe it's the coaches. Maybe it's the system.
It's the system that's been broken.
Dude, Chip England walked out that door, and this team has not been able to develop much of anything, Joe.
It's the system that's been broken.
And Tavarius bringing up the fact that 2022 class sucks. We had 3 first-rounders, dude. No. Sohan, Blake Wesley, and Malachi Branham. Blake Wesley and Malachi Branham are just nowhere to be found anymore. They're so far off the bench right now, Joe. They're basically in Austin. So the Spurs need to develop better, Joe. We need a better coaching staff. And do you know what we need, Joe? We need an overhaul.
Hit that reset button.
And we need Pop just to go away, dude.
Oh, here it is.
We do.
Here it is.
Pop's ways don't work anymore. The same way that Vince Lombardi's ways don't work anymore. Just gone. Just done.
Look at Sam Salinas. Collins making that case because it's our system that's booty crumbs.
Not him.
Ooh, that's a good one, dude. But it is. It's the Spurs system is broken right now because you've seen what they trot out there, right? You see players leaving and they're flourishing in other systems. This Spurs system has been broken for quite some time. Coach Pop has run this system and it's been old. It's archaic. Come on.
Look at Trey Jones' stats with the Bulls, Joe. I have it right here. He has played for the Bulls 15 games since the Spurs got rid of him, right? Playing just 23 minutes per game, averaging 11 points, 4 assists, 1 steal, and 3 rebounds. When did he get 3 rebounds for the Spurs, Joe? Never did, right? He's shooting 54% from the field, including 50% from 3. In a system that he's not familiar with. Zach Collins, 13 games with the Bulls, also playing around 24 minutes a game, averaging 11.5 points per game, 8 rebounds in just 24 minutes, by the way, 2.5 assists. When was he an assist monster with the Spurs?
Never.
By the way, shooting 55% from the field with an effective field goal range of about 60. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah. Well, over here, what did they have him doing? You know, the Spurs archaic system that ain't worth the damn. And you've seen that it ain't worth the damn because what have they done over the course of the last 6 years?
Yeah.
Sucked. You know, they can't play defense. They don't have no 3-point shooting. Everybody's just standing around, camped out behind the 3-point line. There's no movement to the offense. Nobody's setting picks, no pick and rolls action. No, not coming out and setting up a screen, doing something. Everybody's just kind of standing around looking at each other. That does not win you games. You have to move. You have to do something. You got to change what's been broken. And as long as the Spurs don't change what's been broken, guess what? You're going to keep getting the same result. Same result. Same result. They can insert other players and they might look better. But at the end of the day, if they keep running that stupid archaic system, guess what? You're going to have that same result again. They need to change it.
Right.
They need new leadership. New leadership is needed, right? You need somebody to come in here and look at the team now, right? A new coach. Just do a revamp. Just fire everybody. Get a new coaching staff. Get a whole new system in place. And go up to the Spurs front office, and that coach is like, I'm the captain now.
Yeah, and maybe not somebody from Pop's tree.
Yeah,
Because
somebody
if it's from Pop's tree, guess what's going to end up happening?
Same damn
The
thing.
same thing's going to happen. By the way, could we introduce you to Asa Newell?
Yeah.
From Georgia. This is the guy that most mock drafts have the Spurs taken around 9 if he's available. 6'10", power forward. We do need a power forward, right? Who would you rather have out there, Jeremy Sohan or maybe develop this guy?
I'd rather develop this guy. We've seen what Jeremy Sohan
He's a good defender, dude. He's a good defender, and he can finish dunks down low, but he doesn't stretch the floor.
No.
And I've been watching this guy play some highlights, averaging about 19 points per game. He shoots decent from 3. I'm not going to say that he's a better defensive player than Sohan, but the thing is, guess what he could do? That.
Boom, shoot the damn ball.
Does that look like a broken shot, Joe?
Hey, would have thought, right?
Look at this one. Bam. The guy is, seriously, if the Spurs were to get somebody like him, I'd be okay. I'd be okay
with it too, but you know what? They need a new system in place.
Look at this. Against St. John's, a better team. Bam. In your face.
You know what? I think that should be a topic of discussion.
Look at this. Running the break. Hey, he slowed down like Castle does.
He's great, man.
I mean, I might be falling in love a little bit, Joe. I mean, he's a little herky jerky, but I ain't mad at it against 15 ranked Marquette.
Kid has some tools you can go ahead and work with. You know,
look at that. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, if the Spurs get this guy at 9, wouldn't be mad at it, Joe. Wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, but are you gonna have Mitch Johnson out there doing some dumb shit like always and be like, "Nah, rookie, we're not gonna play you right away. You're doing too good.
Man,
we're gonna pull you out."
That has Pop and RC Buford written all over it, man.
No. He's doing too good. He's trying to outshine everybody. Let's pull him back. Let's dial back those minutes. Let's put him on the second unit. It's stupid, man. You know what? Maybe that's a good topic of discussion that we need to actually start having now that the season's coming to an end. Who's going to be really, man, at the end of the day, when you think about it, who's going to be Coach Pop's replacement? It's not going to be Mitch Johnson, dude. He ain't it, dude.
You know what? If I was to give him one full season to see what it's like, Pop sucked his first year also, right?
True enough.
So, I mean, Pop had the players there, but Pop he didn't suck his first year. He sucked his first couple of months.
Get things dialed in.
Mitch Johnson gets an incomplete. He didn't have an offseason. He was not the guy.
I don't think he's it, man. You can see what he looks like on the full season.
He'd be gone the second. Dude, he'd be coveted by 8 teams right now.
If the Spurs let him walk, probably he'll get a head coaching job somewhere else.
No, within days, within minutes. So NBA.com released its 2-round mock draft earlier this week, right? Or late last week, rather. And what I love looking at is the pro comparisons of some of these players. So Cooper Flagg is considered to be the number 1 talent coming out of this draft, right? He has an ankle injury. Duke is the number 1 seed. He should be fine. I'm sure he's going to play. But to describe him as Franz Wagner or Jalen Johnson, does that get you excited as the number 1 overall pick?
Oh, man, I don't know. There's always a question mark, right?
Mm-hmm.
With these picks. Doesn't matter if it's a first round, first number 1 or number 2, number 3. You would think that at the top tier, right? 4 through 1,
right?
You're going to have somebody who's going to be fairly NBA ready.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, we saw that with Castle.
Yeah.
Number 1 pick, you have to take Cooper Flag, right?
If
But
he's
what-
the best available, he
well,
is.
he's number 1 player,
Yeah,
right?
yes.
The number 2 player. Spurs get the number 2 spot. Do we go after Dylan Harper, Ace Bailey, or do we go after VJ Edgecombe? So Dylan Harper, the point guard for Rutgers, Ace Bailey, small forward, VJ Edgecombe, he's a 2-3. The player comparisons. Dylan Harper's compared to De'Aaron Fox and Jalen Brunson. Do you take the best player, Joe, or do you just like say, "Oh, we already have the De'Aaron Fox. We already have,
God.
we already have Stephon Castle," or do you just say, "Hey, well, Dylan Harper is the best player. We go with him." Ace Bailey is considered to be like Rashard Lewis or Brandon Miller. VJ Edgecombe considered to be Andrew Wiggins, Victor Oladipo. Trey Johnson, who plays the shooting guard for Texas, they compare him to Tyler Hero.
Well, let's think of it this way, Mike. If you get best available player, right, on a position, let's say that the Spurs roster already has a player at that position, right, filling that position well,
Yeah.
and you draft for best player available, and let's say it's a forward, and you already have a forward here, right? Is he going to take said person's roster spot at sometimes if he outperforms
Right.
in his rookie season?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's going to happen? How does that shift, that dynamic take place? If you already have a position that's being played and filled right now by a current player, and you draft somebody for best available, are they going to take said position away? What's going to happen? How does that work out? You're going to have a roster full of forwards. I mean, you have
a roster full of. I mean, we saw this back in the day with the Detroit Pistons. The Detroit Pistons had too many point guards. The Cleveland Cavaliers at one point had too many point guards as well.
Yeah.
But part of me thinks you just go for the talent and have it figured out. If you believe in positionless basketball, how a lot of people do, then you just say, we're going to put the athletes out there.
Instead of playing a forward, you're going to be a shooting guard now. What's going to happen?
Bigs and smalls. Asa Newell, we were seeing the stat.
Yeah.
We're seeing him right now, right? He's compared to Brandon Clark, Jalen Smith. Says that he's 6'10", 6'11". He has shooting potential. He can switch on defense. He has a lot of touch. And that he's a pretty decent player. But it's weird because we talk about this draft being loaded. I'm looking at the player comparisons and I'm thinking to myself, really? Derek Queen out of Maryland's considered to be kind of a Alperen Şengün kind of guy.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
We do have some incoming super chats right now.
Bring them in. What we got? Ooh, the Drew Show. $5 super chat saying the current Spurs culture can be summed like this. This year has been nothing more than a fantasy camp for a Hall of Famer and CP3.
Really do appreciate y'all super chat. It does help to fund the show. So thank you, Drew. We do appreciate your generosity, man.
Very nice.
And we also have another incoming super chat too. This one's from Tony Ornelas. Tony Ornelas, again, we appreciate everybody's contribution. The super chats are much appreciated. Thank you guys for contributing, man. Tony Ornelas says, I love the Spurs. And he goes, I would love the Spurs to draft Andre Stojakovic. So
let's see what his draft stock is according to NBA DraftNet. NBA DraftNet has him ranked as the 50th best player in the 2026 draft. So it looks like it's going to be somebody for next year. I don't know. I'd be lying if I said I knew who all these players were, dude. I'd be lying. I'll pay more attention to it later on. Looking at the mock draft here. Let me see here. What was the name again?
Andre, let me go back up here. I'll look for it right here.
Okay, so according to what was it, The Athletic, they have him now at number 19. So he started the season as the 50th best player according to them, and now they have him at number 19 out of California. 6'7", sophomore. All right, let's make it happen. Let's make it happen. We already have players right now that the Spurs right now. What do we need, Joe? We have a backcourt of Castle, Fox, Vassell.
You need a center.
Yeah.
You need a big man down low that's going to bang bodies, get rebounds, and can play in the paint.
But you need them to be, but you can't have them be Bill Lambier.
No.
You gotta have them be someone who stretches the floor.
Can shoot.
You can't have a non-shoot. That's why whenever I watch Sohan play, I don't get excited.
No,
It's
he's
like-
undersized at that position at center.
Yeah, you need to have somebody
He can't shoot the damn ball.
who can shoot, dude. I mean, it's a scoring league. I mean, the Spurs gave up 144 points.
Look,
you know?
man, Sohan moves well without the ball, and he can go ahead and get some little putbacks and stuff inside the paint. But his forte is not going to be able to play the center. He's going to be he's good at guarding other opposing players on the other team, right? He's an above average defender with this Spurs squad. Would you agree?
Yes.
Above average, not
Yes.
lockdown, above average. Probably the best, one of the best defenders we have on the squad. But what the Spurs are lacking is somebody in that interior that can go ahead and get in the paint and go ahead and, be able to get those rebounds, kind of do some of the dirty work, maybe stretch the floor, come out, knock down some jumpers, 18, 20-foot jumpers, spin around, do all these other things that a center should do, because that's not Wemby's game. Wemby's
Right.
going to be delegated to more playing the finesse kind of game, being on the perimeter, shooting, open jumpers, shooting 3-pointers, things like that. And he's good at blocking shots. So if you have somebody that's a true center, you're going to have that interior defense, which is a gaping hole in this Spurs game right now, because other teams don't respect that. When Wemby's on the court, they do. But once you take him out of that equation, they're just going to go ahead and feed the ball inside the paint and just decimate the Spurs.
I like this comment. By the way, I agree with everything you said there, Joe. I agree that the Spurs right now are soft.
Yeah.
The Spurs right now don't have the interior defense. They don't have the rebounding, and they just don't have just the desire to be better at those areas, Joe. But STP11 with that comment right there asking the question, why do you want to bring more 18-year-old projects into this team? Trade the picks. Trade the damn picks.
Is he wrong or right?
If the player's right, if there's a player ready to go that we can trade for, then you make it happen. But that's what it is, Joe. Brian Wright and the Spurs try to sell us on hope. That's what they try to do. Let's get some love to our good friends over at MCS General Contracting, that Diamond Heart Concrete, with us since day one. Well, before we go to that, though, Drew Show with another super chat saying, no other team in the NBA would allow CP3 to start post-trading period for Fox. Period. Oh, sorry. To start post-trading for Fox. Period. Terrible system. It's broken. Everything is just BS lip service. And you know what? I mean, it's kind of hard to disagree with you, Drew. It's kind of hard to disagree with you. Like, who's calling the shots here? Is it really Mitch Johnson? Is it Pop still? It sure feels like it's Pop.
Look at this, man. This is the only way that we're going to get a good gauge of, like you said, what Mitch Johnson can do. If Pop is finally given his walking papers and they're like, look, man, this is it for you. We're just going to announce in the offseason, you're retiring, you're done.
Mm-hmm.
Give the reins to Mitch with the full season. Let's see what, like you're saying.
Go away.
Yeah, and you're saying, let's see what he can do without Coach Pop interfering. This is your team now. You're going to move forward. You're going to run the offense and everything the way that you want. Make these changes. Let's see what the team looks like. What's going to be another season of losing? Another, 7 year?
Right.
Going to add 7 years to that? All right, whatever. Just to see what he looks like. And if he still can't live up to the billing and get this team sniffing the play-in, maybe he's not it,
Maybe
man.
he's not it. You got to give him at least 1 year for something like that. But let's give our love to MCS General Contracting, Diamond Hard Concrete.
MCS General Contracting, more than 30 years of combined experience in concrete placement. They are the best in the business. Honest pricing, high quality work. They get going on house foundations, driveways, concrete patio decks. If you want to extend the deck, extend the driveway. If you're a business and you need to put together a slab, a parking lot, or other concrete placement services or sidewalks, reach out to MCS General Contracting at 210-774-9155. They're confident in their skills, so give Chris Leha over at MCS General Contracting a call at 210-774-9155. And thank you for being a sponsor of this show.
Diamond Hard Concrete, baby. They do a fantastic job. I am a customer of MCS, dude. They did a fantastic job at my house. Going to be doing some sodding back there in the next week or so.
Nice.
getting the house prepped for a sale. Excited about
Got
it.
to clean it up a little bit, you know.
Yeah,
do some of
I
the yard
got
work.
Atlas flooring coming in to do the carpeting and stuff like that. So they're gonna come in and do that.
Yeah, your house is nice anyway. You know, it's nice and clean inside and everything.
It is, Joe. Chica was helping me clean my house the other day.
Oh Lord.
She made fun of my pantry because I don't go into the pantry, right?
Yeah.
And this was kind of a dig at someone who used to live there.
The last person.
There was so much expired food in that pantry
God, dude.
that the second that all of that was thrown away, my house started to smell better.
You know what's funny? It's like that commercial where they have those old ladies, you know, the aunts that move in that are in the house with the younger couple, right? The younger couple. And they go, expired. They're showing everything in the pantry that's expired.
Dude.
Expired.
She found something that was expired in my pantry.
Yeah.
2006. Why was it in there?
Wow. 2006, bro. Woo.
Dude, I am finding things in the house, man, that are just gross.
You know, she did take a dig. It was funny when I went to visit you, right? When you invited me over and we're just hanging out. And Chica, man, she got no chill, dude. She's like, what do you think about the decorum?
Oh, the decor. Yeah, the decor. So Chica has style.
Yeah.
You know, she has style. Even with what I'm wearing, dude, like just on the day-to-day,
Oh.
she's revamped my wardrobe like you wouldn't believe, man.
I thought it was funny though, because she, you know, this is about second time I guess I meet her, right?
Yeah.
Like we were hanging out and everything. That's the question she asked me. So what do you think about the decorum in the house? I'm like, well, it's a little bland, you know, but it's like I was in your case, you know, I was like, well, Mike's a bachelor, man. He's busy working and doing that.
I didn't buy any of that crap.
But that's the funny thing, because she goes, Mike didn't decorate. I was like, oh, okay. Because I'm over here trying to stick up for you. She's like, Mike didn't decorate. I was like, okay.
You know what she calls me? It's so funny. You know, you have rescue dogs.
Yeah.
She calls me a rescue man.
She got you from the shelter.
She just took me in.
Oh my God, man. She is funny though. I'll give you that, dude. Francesca is funny.
I was telling you before the show started, I said, you know, I was on all the dating apps. I was on, you know, Match, and I was on Tinder.
Yeah.
Bumble, was on the Facebook one, getting set up by friends and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I probably had gone through about, like, no lie, 2,000 or 3,000 profiles. Because, you know, you just swipe through them, you know.
They add up. They add up.
And then you're like,
Yeah.
hey, didn't I see this person on this other site and all that stuff?
The same person.
I
Oh,
saw her
God.
profile. I saw Chica's profile. And outright, I said, that's the one.
That's it.
That's the one. I reached out. She reached out to me. And we started talking on the phone for over an hour. Then another hour. Then we had an 8-hour conversation on the phone. And then all of a sudden, I was like, I want to meet you. We'd been on the phone for a month, and we had no idea that we lived so far away. Like, how did that conversation not come up?
I think it's a filter or something you have to put. Like, you only want people.
No, but
within
we
a certain-
did, and it broke through the filter.
There it was. It was meant to be.
So we've been doing the long distance thing for the longest time, and
Yeah.
just decided that wasn't the thing anymore. You know, so now we're looking for a place to live.
Yeah. No, you got a good one in Francesca. She's very nice. She likes to go out and hang out with you. Very sociable, you know, and even like when we're hanging out, you know,
Mhm.
she's very good at taking care of the guests, you know, like making sure you have a drink and all this stuff, you know. Very
Dude,
nice.
She believes in
Very nice.
I did. Like, seriously, man. She believes in just everyone having a role. You know, and she believes in putting others before herself and all that stuff. Fantastic. She does a great job with Ava. And she's amazing, dude. She's amazing.
Look at Mario Cavazos. Damn, Chica is necia. Oh, look at wow. Chica and my ex are going to be quick friends. That expired food in Menace pantry from 2006, the same year that Tony Romo replaced Drew Bledsoe as the starting quarterback, bro. Come on, Mike.
That is hysterical.
Why don't you get all the expired food and just send it back?
I should.
Hey, this is yours.
Hey, real fast. Speaking of Alex Noriega, you know we have a lot of friends of the show that
Yeah.
hang out with us, right? You know our good buddy Sean Quintero.
Yeah.
Look at him being recognized. If you could show my screen,
Sure.
look at him being recognized for hitting a hole-in-one at the Alsatian Golf Course
Damn,
last
Sean.
week. Last Wednesday, he aced hole number 12.
Wow.
I think he said it's 170 yards. And I know I have a friend who was with him at the time. He says he has 7 witnesses that saw it happen.
Wow. Nobody
And-
got it on camera, dude. Come on.
Well, I mean, you're shooting, you're hitting the ball all day long, you
Yeah.
know. But there's video of him going up to go get the ball, and he's kind of in shock about it all. He said he knew. I talked to him afterwards. He said he hit it good, that he
Yeah.
knew he knocked the cover off of it, and that he got onto the green. He thought, okay, this is going to get kind of close, and then he said the ball went in the cup, and he was just flipping out.
Yeah.
That he had been playing golf for so many years. This is his first hole-in-one, 170 some odd yards at Alsatian in Castroville. Congratulations to Sean Quintero,
Congratulations. You know what?
GM over at PF
Jeff
Chang.
Chang's, you know what? And he's a nice guy, dude.
Yeah.
Really nice guy. I love Sean's generosity, you
Mhm.
know, and how much he's willing to do for his friends and just be there for you. You know, he's a really good guy, man.
He is, man. That's amazing, dude. That's a once in a lifetime thing. I one time hold a shot, Joe, from far away. I would say that I probably hold it from about 140, 150. Had no idea. I thought I lost my ball, but my ball was in the cup the entire time.
It went in there.
That
Hole
was
in one.
That was over at Bracket. That wasn't a hole in one. This was like, I don't know. I probably got it in from 150 for par.
God.
You know, it was a shot that was, you couldn't see the hole because you had a hill, and I knocked it in. I mean, I knew I hit it
What's
well.
the longest putt you've ever had?
Okay, great story.
You know,
Are we gonna have what's it called? Tall tale time?
tall tale time. What's the longest putt you've ever had?
Back in about 2009, I went to a scramble in Bullhead City, Arizona, which is right across from Laughlin, Nevada.
Okay.
About an hour south of Vegas. And I had a friend who was in a tournament over there. He needed a fourth to do it. He goes, hey, just go have fun with us. Go putt the ball. So my job, because I don't drive very well. I mean, I'll hit a 225, 240, whatever. But, you know, it's all over the place. But my job was to line up the putts. So I will go, and I'm a pretty decent putter, so that the better players could go in and putt. I went up to this one shot, and I made it from like 37 feet. It's a pretty far shot.
Yeah.
The ball traveled, though, 80 feet to get there because I hit it up the hill, and it came back down the ridge, and it went in. It was great. I ended up winning a prize for the longest putt. Like, I had the longest putt of the day. But I'm going to tell you the longest putt I ever saw, though, was Rudy J.
Really?
From San Antonio Sports Star back in the day when we were both at San Antonio Sports Star. He and I and Pledger went to Golf Club of Texas.
Yeah. That's a nice place.
Yeah, West Bear County.
Yeah.
Big ass green.
Yeah.
Rudy got it on the green. Was probably about 100 feet away. Nailed it.
Damn.
He put and I was right behind him, and I have video of him celebrating and like jumping up and down.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those things where who's gonna take a photo of a guy putting it from that far away?
Yeah.
Like, really, it would have been better if the ball was on the fringe so he could chip it up. But he was on the green, so he used his putter. And it was just one of those things where he went brrr, and it's going downhill. And you're thinking to yourself, just get it within 10, 15, 20 feet, you'll be fine, right?
Yeah.
Just kept going and going and going. And right when it got to the hole, as it's getting close to the hole, we're all running towards it like it has a chance.
Yeah.
It has a chance. And dude, just straight down the middle. You could have given Rudy J 500 attempts at that shot. He would never have gotten it again. That was an incredible shot. 100 feet, dude. Easily 100 feet. It was crazy.
Somebody was calling Sean the Mexican Tiger Woods now.
Demon Time has been replaced by Cap Time.
Oh, look at that. Mario Cavazos. Sean is a good dude. He invited me to go and play with them, knowing that I've never played. He'd be like, "Hey, man, we go ahead and place bets here when we're playing."
Mario says tall tale time. Mike says he got the ball over the net at Top Golf. I have hit the back of the net a few times
At Top Golf.
but I mean it's not that far.
No.
It's good times, dude. It's good times. A lot of drunk people at Top Golf.
Oh, dude, did you see that one video they have where that lady missed the ball and then
it
fell?
goes into the netting.
No, she didn't even go into the net. She
Yeah.
fell straight down all the way to the ground from the second story, dude.
That's fine.
Ouch.
NFL news. The Bengals have reached extensions with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Jamar Chase getting a big deal. We were seeing this on I like the graphic that was done by Adam Schefter earlier today. The whole belief was the window had closed on the Bengals. The Bengals, who started the season off slow, I think they were 0-4 to start the season.
Yeah.
They struggled getting out the gate. They almost made the playoffs, and they were hot down the stretch,
They were.
and they missed the playoffs in the final week of the season.
They needed
no-
some things to happen.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
team wanted to play them.
No.
team wanted to play them. But you see what happened. Here are the numbers. Jamar Chase, 4 years, $161 million, almost entirely guaranteed. That's $40 million a year for a wide receiver, Joe.
Pay the man.
Highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
If they
Meantime,
think this is the thing, if that's your guy,
yeah.
pay him.
Oh yeah, I mean he's a stud.
Yeah.
But one of the two best. If you want to say him and Justin Jefferson are 1 and 2 best receivers in the league by far.
Yeah.
T. Higgins, 4 years, 115, 2 years of it guaranteed.
Damn. They're spending some money, dude.
They're basically saying we're all in with this trio: Burrow, T, and Jamar. It's fantastic.
But you know what that says too? That they're saying, you know what? We know Burrow's going to be our quarterback for the future, right? We need to give him keep his targets there.
True.
You know, that, if you're a quarterback, doesn't that give you some, like reassurance? You know, hey, they really do want me here. They're giving me my targets. You know, they're going to be staying here for foreseeable future. What does that mean for Burrow when his contract comes up? You know,
Well, Burrow just resigned.
okay,
So he's under lock and key for
So-
a while.
they're keeping everybody then.
Yeah.
All right, that's good for him. Good for the future.
Then you see Adam Schefter reporting that the Houston Texans signed Derek Stingley to an extension.
Wow.
All-pro cornerback from LSU. 3 years, $90 million, 89 of which is guaranteed, Joe. He's the highest paid defensive back in NFL history. Cornerback market reset, according to Adam Schefter, which means that the Cowboys, when the Cowboys are going after Deron Bland, going to have to pay that guy. Hey, Joe, what did you think of the beef last week involving Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence? Did you see that?
I didn't see that, man.
You didn't?
I didn't see it.
Oh, dude. Okay. First of all, okay, this is great, man. You know how Micah Parsons gets into beef with people? Now he's getting into beef with former teammates, right?
God.
So DeMarcus Lawrence, who was with the Cowboys for a long time, right? D-Law was a staple of that defensive line for so long. I believe he signed with the Seahawks. Is that right, DeMarcus Lawrence? He signed with the Seahawks, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
He signed with the Seahawks. So he goes over there. He does an interview with the media over there, and they asked about what the difference is from being with. Here's the interview, by the way. You know what? Let's play the interview. This is great stuff, dude. This is great stuff. This is DeMarcus Lawrence, formerly of the Dallas Cowboys, talking about what it's like to be out of Dallas. Let's see if there's anything else I need to do over here.
Except with the audio's on mute.
That's what it is.
There you go. Now you should be able to play.
You know, Dallas is my home. I made my home there. You know, my family lives there. You know, I'm forever going to be there. But, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So, yeah. We here.
We're here. DeMarcus Lawrence,
Appreciate
welcome to the Seahawks.
Thank
Thanks for joining us.
How did he phrase
I'm
that?
going to win a Super Bowl there.
How was it
I know
again?
for sure I'm not going to. I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So, you know, I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. So,
Okay, okay, so Micah Parsons retweets that. On March 13, my birthday, it says, "This what rejection and envy looks like. This some clown shit." With the clown emoji, right? Right away. Now that got 57,000 likes, right? Getting 69,000 likes behind it. I'll like it for you. DeMarcus Lawrence with the response. When the response gets more than the tweet itself, Joe, saying, "Calling me a clown won't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left."
I like his style, Mike. Is he wrong? Is he wrong? Where's the lie?
I mean, we see DeMarcus Lawrence, who was there for a long time. Like Sam Selena says on our YouTube stream, Tank Lawrence was a beast for the Cowboys for a long time. He's seriously on the downside of his career, has become injury prone, only played 4 games last season. He won't be missed. I get that. But Tank Lawrence has also been around that franchise for the better part of a decade, right? And if he says you aren't going to win, guess what? He knows you ain't going to win. I get that.
Mario.
Do you know who also missed a lot? Who missed a lot of time last year? Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was hurt all last year. Hand of a fist saying Tank and Parsons were fighting before he left. True enough. But did he say any lies?
No lies detected.
Did he? And what did you think about DeMarcus Lawrence not letting it sleep, not being the bigger man, going out and saying, "Calling me a clown wouldn't change the fact that I told the truth. Maybe if you spent less time tweeting and more time winning, I wouldn't have left."
Yeah, it'll stay off the
With the
mic.
with the demon smile emoji.
Yeah, stay off the mic, dude. Make work your favorite. You know, he's always there doing his live stream and podcasting.
And here's Des Bryant's reaction. If you give you
pulling up a chair, man. Come on.
Good times, Jamel Hill, Dan Orlovsky. Michael Parsons working on his.
You know what?
Moves.
That cat, that's Jeff Garcia. Go back up to that cat.
RG3.
That
That's
cat's Jeff
Jeff
Garcia
Garcia.
during the show. Every time you say something, cook.
RG3. Grab the chair out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Good
Speaking of
times.
Jeff Garcia, let's give him some love. Locked On Spurs, your daily content of your silver and black.
Locked On Spurs is your daily Spurs podcast, hosted by Jeff Garcia, the lead Spurs writer for Ken's 5 San Antonio. Jeff has a healthy plethora of guests all the time on the Locked On Spurs podcast. You can also follow Jeff on threads at Jeff G Ken's 5 SA. You can also follow Jeff on Twitter at Jeff G Spurs Zone. So make sure you go ahead and give Jeff a follow, not only on threads and Twitter, but also on YouTube at youtube.com/@Locked On Spurs. This is where you're going to be able to find the replay of the Locked On Spurs podcast. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share.
Rudy Campos Jr. is the guest on today's Locked On
Nice.
Spurs. The topic is Devin Vassell apology needed. Why? What is Devin Vassell doing to deserve an apology?
Being inconsistent
Yeah.
consistently. Don't see it. But go and tune into the Locked On Spurs so you can go ahead and hear more about what Rudy Campos has to say along with Jeff Garcia. I bet it's going to be a good discussion.
Yeah, and then also at Jeff G Spurs Zone, also on Kens5.com. Jeff is talking about De'Aaron Fox's signature shoe, the Red Fox, and how the Spurs partner with Pet Meds as well. So very interesting. Go to Jeff G Spurs Zone on Twitter and Threads.
Yeah, he's already 5,000 subscribers strong. Make sure you subscribe to his YouTube channel.
So, Joe, we talked about this last week about how Chica likes to ruin movies for me.
She tells you what is it? She tells you what's going to happen, right?
No. She watches it from a female perspective.
Oh no, she was saying like what was it?
Overboard.
Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, okay. So she ruined 3 movies for me so far. Thank you for reminding me. That's the 3rd movie. She's ruined Full Metal Jacket for me, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, and now she ruined Overboard.
Oh yeah, I remember
She goes
why.
Overboard because she goes, oh, so Kurt Russell
Drugged her.
raped her and kidnapped her, right?
Yeah.
Full Metal Jacket, when she points out the fact that Pyle, Lawrence,
Yes.
is special needs.
Yeah.
Which I never really put two and two together on that one. She ruined Overboard. And then what was the other one? It was Overboard. Oh, forgetting Sarah Marshall. Oh my gosh, she ruined that movie for me.
What'd she say?
Remember the scene towards the end of the movie where Sarah goes to apologize to the main guy and says, let's get back together, and tries to fool around with him,
Mm-hmm.
and he can't get it up. And he goes, because I'm so hurt and you're the devil, I can't even get aroused. And the movie celebrates that scene as though he was the good guy. Oh, he couldn't go through it. It shows that he loves her. I'm not going to say exactly word for word what she said,
Yeah.
but she got kind of graphic, and she goes, somebody did that to me and I came back to you. You'd be okay with it?
Yeah.
And I was like, no. She goes, so why would she? He should have been dumped.
Damn.
It's like, damn. She could come in on strong. Samson said, no, not Overboard. Dude, 16 Candles is that way, Joe.
Oh.
Anthony Michael Hall's character raped that girl at the end of the movie.
Oh, God.
It's true. So I had a conversation with my daughter, Gabby. Long conversation over the weekend. We spent 4 days together. And we were talking about various movies, and she was saying how unlikable the character Ferris Bueller is. Ferris Bueller is her favorite movie in the world, by the way. Back in the day, growing up, was her favorite movie.
Whose?
Gabby.
Oh, your daughter. Yeah, yeah.
She says that the more she watches Ferris, the more she, even though she loved this movie growing up,
Mm-hmm.
but as an adult now watching it, she's like, there's nothing special about him. So I asked her the question, what does Ferris Bueller do for a living these days? Oh, this is why it got brought up. So I had Ava and Gabby in the Woodlands in Conroe with Chica, but Chica had to go to work. So I took the kids to lunch, and we unknowingly went to a nice Italian restaurant. Like, we walked in there thinking to ourselves, are we underdressed?
Yeah.
White cloth and all that stuff. And I was like, well, I mean, we're here. Let's go ahead and eat. I'm sure they'll have something on special.
Mm-hmm.
It was expensive, but it was good Italian food.
Yeah.
So we're in this restaurant, and I'm telling her, it kind of feels like the restaurant from Ferris Bueller when Ferris pretends to be the sausage king of Chicago.
Yeah.
So the whole topic of Ferris Bueller comes up, and she's like, Dad, he's kind of like what does Ferris Bueller do for a living? Like if you were to have a movie of Ferris Bueller done in the 90s, 10 years later, or in the 2000s, what would he be doing for a living? And I said, he's in sales, right? He's got, because everybody loves him. He's in sales. He's not smart enough to do what he does.
He would be an insurance salesman.
Could be.
For selling insurance to big corporations.
Yeah.
Right?
Mario, I bet you were surrounded by all white people. Damn straight I was. Okay. It's the Woodlands. You're either white or you're Mexican national.
Oh, man.
So we were talking about that. And then she asked me the question. She goes, Dad, what's the female version of Ferris Bueller?
Damn, what is it?
Like, who's the female version of Ferris? And every time I shot somebody out, shot out there, she shot it down.
It would have to be a slacker.
You see, okay, so here's the thing. Ferris Bueller is loved by everybody.
It's a popular guy.
Popular guy, has a girlfriend.
Yeah. Hot girl.
Does things for himself. Kind of narcissistic, right? She goes, Dad, there would never be a female Ferris Bueller ever allowed, like in media, because she goes, they'll be sexualized and whatnot. Okay. So I gave up 3 options there of who could be the female Ferris Bueller, but she shot every single one of them down. But I think I landed on one that's close. Initially, I said Elle Woods from Legally Blonde.
Yeah.
Okay. Because Elle Woods, she became a big deal. Everyone loves her and all that. But she goes, no, Dad, Elle Woods is actually smart. Ferris is not. So,
Well, how do we know? Because Ferris was smart.
But his grades sucked.
Because he was a slacker. He didn't feel motivated to want to do that in school. But he was an intelligent guy.
Mm-hmm. Sam Celina saying, I'm suggesting that you leave before I get snooty. Did you say snooty? Snotty. Snotty. Okay, so the second one I offered up there was Karen from Mean Girls.
Okay.
But Karen is a dumbass and not necessarily loved by everybody. So I nailed down who I think is the closest one. It's not even on
Okay.
movies, it's on a TV show.
All right. What is it?
Haley Dunphy from Modern Family. She's the closest I could get to Ferris Bueller.
Don't even lie. You have a thing for her.
I mean, she was cute, but that's way
Not
too...
Haley, but I'm saying the mom.
Oh,
The
there
mom.
you go. The mom.
The mom, not Haley, but the mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Haley, I could
Both
see
of them
that.
both of them on the show.
I could
Sofia
see
Vergara and
Haley,
Julia
though.
Bowen were nuggets.
I could see Haley because she acts like she's not smart, and she's
She's
really
smarter than
is.
she leads on.
Yes, she is.
She's a slacker.
Kind of a slacker.
Everyone loves her. She gets her way.
Yeah.
I think that's the best one.
I did enjoy that one episode. I thought it was funny when the mom told her to get dressed up for Halloween. You know, she's gonna get dressed up and get ready to go out, and she's like, "What are you supposed to be? Scary cat?" She goes, "The only thing scary about that is where's the other part of the outfit or something like that." I'm like, it was funny to me.
Joe, what'd you get going this past weekend? What'd you do?
No, nothing. Went out, had some fun, got some stuff done around the house, you know, that kind of thing. Thinking about what I'm doing for my birthday, man. I'm
The
like,
28th.
it's gonna be on the 28th. I already asked for some hours off so I can spend time with the kids, you know, because they want to go out with me for birthday dinner on my birthday. So I'm probably gonna leave work early around 6:00, you know, to go and spend some time with the kids. 29th though. Still thinking about that one.
Yeah.
What do I want to do? I don't necessarily want to do karaoke. I just want to, like I said, hang out with the gente. So I'm trying to decide what would be the best recourse of action for that. I think going somewhere and supporting a small business here around town is the move. I'm just going to figure out exactly what business are we going to hold this event at.
Chris Layhout from MCS General Contracting says, we getting effed up and doing some soda for Joe's birthday. Just in time, Joe. Just in time for that. For Layhout's comment. If you could see, you could show my screen.
Yeah.
New York Post exclusive from the weekend. Woman who murdered Queen of Tejano, Selena, claims star singer's death was her own fault, family says, as she makes plea for parole. Article in the New York Post.
You gonna go pick up Yolanda?
Well, someone's got to do it.
Oh God, bro.
Dude, she's up for parole, dude. If she gets out, how long do you think she's gonna live? She's 64 years old.
Not long. Not long at all, dude.
But my thing about it is this. Did she serve her time?
Why are you always sticking up for Yolanda, dude? Like you're gonna be BFFs when she
No.
gets out.
What I'm saying is that in respect to other people who commit the same crime, did she serve her time?
I guess you could say she did. She served her time. She's a free woman now. Gonna be
Well,
if she gets
probably will be.
parole, you know. But I mean, she's always gonna be remembered for murdering the queen of Tejano music.
But it's still just a person.
Doesn't matter, dude. I mean, you can do your time.
I'm saying that just being devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Like if Selena Quintanilla was my daughter, I'd want Yolanda locked up forever.
But I'm saying,
But what I'm saying is in relation to other people, because this was not a capital murder offense. She didn't get the chair, right? She didn't get lethal injection. That's what I'm trying to say here.
I get that, but at the end of the day, she's always going to be remembered for the deed. Doesn't matter where she goes, what she does, served her time, gets out in the public again, you know, because she's a free woman. If she does get parole, this is what she's always going to be remembered for. She's never going to be able to get away from the stigma of what she's done and to who she did it to.
So Mario Cavas asking the question, wait, hold up. Is Mike related to Yolanda somehow? In a way,
oh God,
indirectly, like 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon. Okay, how about this as 6 Degrees of Kevin Bacon? My ex, follow us along. My ex's mom, which is my former mother-in-law, was co-workers with Yolanda Saldivar here in San Antonio. They worked at the same hospital in the same unit, so she knew her pretty well. That's all I'm gonna say. So I never met Yolanda Saldivar or anybody else. Leon says when they let her out, they're going to set her up. They're setting her up to get axed. So why not let her out? Yolanda.
You can go pick her up.
Joe, it's been a fun show, Joe. I like being in the studio. But we need to have a contest of some sort, Joe, for March Madness in the brackets. So
Yeah,
can somebody set that up for us? You know who could set it up? Alex Noriega.
Oh, there you go, Alex.
Alex Noriega. We are enlisting you to put together a March Madness brackets with. Maybe we can get PF Chang's to like donate a meal or something like that. We have some prizes to give away. I know I have some Wemby cards that I can still give out.
We have a lot of the PF Chang's. I think we have like 6 or something like that gift cards.
There you go. Let's make it happen. Everyone have a fantastic day out there. Joe, anything you'd like to add?
No, man. We'll go ahead and see you guys. Look at, did Mike say he is loosely related to Yolanda? You know, Jeff's always listening. I know he's always listening.
Speaking of Jeff, again, at Jeff G Spurs on Twitter and on Threads. Follow me at cans5.com. Tonight, Spurs, Lakers, 9:30 tip-off. Lakers are by 8.5 points. Lakers are going to win this game by 20 running away.
If not more.
8.5. What am I missing here? I got to go find a bookie.
That's nothing. 8.5. Come on.
That's nothing, dude. Freaking
It's
annihilate
a bunch of
us.
scrubs, man. Spurs are a bunch of scrubs.
Who's going to guard Doncic?
Jeremy Sohan.
Who's going to guard LeBron?
I'm still here, Sohan.
Jeez. We're going to get blown out. Everyone have a fantastic day, man. Go Spurs, go, I guess. We'll see you
Yeah.
guys tomorrow.